Hey, staff. Ugh, miss you guys. Okay, so it's been 2 weeks. Crazy as that sounds, it's been 2 weeks. Wow. Okay, so hopefully this is the third video you watched, by the way. First video kind of explains how we're doing this. It's called e-learning with Miss Smith. You only have to watch that once. It is 15 minutes long-ish, so but you only have to watch it once to kind of understand what's going on. Second thing is that the daily update. So basically, Monday, March 30th, that was the second video. That's the daily update. Make sure you check that every single day and comment right down below with your answer to the day of trivia, just so I can mark you as present. You all want to be marked as present. I promise you all want to be marked as present. Anyway, be checking your EDSB accounts every single day. Check them every day. Trust me on this, okay? So we can mark you as present, and it's the only way they can think of that to make sure that you guys are there and connecting. So I do what I'm told. Check your EDSB account every day. All right, guys, two things. This week for you guys, we have 2 staff meetings on Zoom. One, we're going to meet tomorrow, Tuesday, 1 o'clock. I'll post all of the links on EDSB. So just, again, tomorrow, go check EDSB. So you're going to go to the daily video tomorrow, and then you're going to go check EDSB tomorrow. And you're going to get the link for the Zoom meeting. Okay, so tomorrow, 1 o'clock. Okay, that should be pretty easy to remember. So Tuesday at 1. So this is the only week we're going to have 2 meetings. But Tuesday at 1, Zoom meeting, and then we're going to have a regular meeting on Thursdays at 1 o'clock. Okay, so that's kind of how it's going to function. Every Thursday, we will get together as a whole staff, and we will talk about basically what's going on and what's happening. But these videos, the ones I'm going to post every single week, this particular one you're watching is the first week, whole quarantine, lovely stuff that we get to do. This first week basically is going to be kind of updates specifically just for you guys that you need to know, because we're not having our staff meetings till Thursday. So in case there's anything you need to know, just specifically for you guys, make sure to check this. Okay. This is just once a week, this class, daily videos every day. Okay. Well, Monday through Friday. So I hope that answers a lot of questions. If you have any questions, comment below, send me a message, or on our group Telegram. You guys are good at staying connected. Anyway, so I want to say 2 things. Number 1 is rejoice. And if I had a firework thing, I'd do a fireworks thing. There was very, very cheesy fireworks because as of last Monday, a week ago, we pushed the submit button and yearbook's done. That's right, the yearbook is done. Oh my gosh, I have no idea. I have no idea how exhausting that was. I do want to give a huge shout out to the people who worked really, really hard over spring break, the original spring break actually, and came together and worked their tails off. Especially, I want to give a huge shout out to Shrikar. He did a really, really good job, and he was up almost as late as I was most nights, and we were communicating back and forth, and he did a lot of the ads at the end, and he really came through. So I just want to huge shout out. Don't get me wrong, a lot of you guys were working really, really hard, especially those last few days, but Shrikar really went above and beyond. So huge shout out to him. So definitely, yeah, go ahead in the comments below. Shrikar's awesome, whatever you want to do. All right, yes, FSPA is officially canceled. Sorry, I know. When I got that email, it was over spring break, and I was hugely bummed. For you, for me, for everything. So it's just not happy. Okay. However, the spring contest that you guys entered, I'm getting feedback on. Still waiting on 2 more, and then I will announce basically if we have any awards. So I'll let you know. Just waiting on a couple of more, and I'll let you know. So anything else? So that'll be fun. FSPA, yes, I'm so bummed about that. If they have lifted the order, by the time FSPA rolls around, we can do something fun. If not, we will definitely do something before the end of the year. I don't know. We're still trying to figure this out. As far as senior signing day, as far as graduation, as far as when we're actually getting our yearbooks done, I have no idea. A lot of this I'll explain tomorrow, to be honest with you. We'll go in more details tomorrow. I've got a lot of emails to update from Cindy and from the plant and from everything else. So there's a whole bunch of information tomorrow. So make sure you're there tomorrow, 1 o'clock on Zoom, because I will have a lot of information for you. And I'll answer a lot of your questions. So save a lot of your questions for tomorrow, specifically about yearbook and distribution at end of the year. As far as specific dates, I have nothing for you right now because nobody knows anything. Let's be honest. Nobody knows anything. We're just waiting to see if people actually can flatten this curve at this point and see if we can get this under control. So keep your positive thoughts and prayers out there because it's not making things easy, as you know. So we make do. We figure this out as we go along, and we are all in this together. And yes, every time I say that, I always have High School Musical in my head. So the other thing I want you to start thinking about is we will do a senior supplement. It is going to be fairly easy to do. I am super excited about that. I have some cheaper prices that I was able to find. So we'll still be able to do that, and we'll be able to do that really well. And so I'm kind of excited about that. So I will talk about more about that tomorrow in our meeting. So be planning for that. And then the other thing I really want you guys, I think for this week's project, because you need an assignment. So your big assignment this week, to be totally fair, is to start thinking ahead for next year. So for those of you guys who are seniors, I want you guys to think about what kind of things that you can help transition for next year. So if you are senior and have a role, I'm going to probably ask you to leave some points, like for your predecessor or for your, I guess the guy who comes next. And I'm sorry, I've been doing videos all day and my brain is on fried. So whoever comes next, basically you're the person who takes over for you. If you have a role, I just want you to start thinking about what kind of things you can do to, what kind of things does he or she need to know. If you do not have a particular title, I want you to start thinking about ways that you helped contribute and basically what you can do to leave a legacy, what you can do to leave a mark for the next person, for the next class, because there'll be some people coming up from Journalism 1 and from our creative writing class that are really outstanding, but we're going to have to figure out how this is going to work and for next year. So there's a lot of new for next year. So I want you, for your seniors, I want you to start thinking about what kind of things you can do to help create a welcome space for next year and what you can do to kind of leave a legacy. So for those of you guys who are not seniors, for my freshmen, sophomore, and juniors, I want you guys to start thinking about next year. I want you to start thinking about things like themes. I want you to start thinking about where you want to go. What specific job? Do you like your current job? Do you want to explore that? Do you want to expand? For those of you guys who are switching over to specifically just to newspaper, I want you guys to start thinking about and brainstorming different ideas just to how are we going to make this work? How are we going to make this function? We're probably going to do a whole lot of online. So what is that going to look like? What does that mean for you? That's the kind of thing I want you to think about is that, so if you're switching your next year, if you've applied just for yearbook, I want you to start thinking specifically just in yearbook. And if you're going to newspaper, I want you to start thinking newspaper. So be forward thinking in your thoughts about what you're going to do and how you're going to develop, what your role wants, what do you want to do? How do you want to grow? How do you want to develop? And because I want you to start thinking, essentially, I want you to start thinking ahead. I want you to start thinking about what kind of person you want to be a year from now. So for those of you guys who are seniors, when you're graduating, what kind of a legacy will you be leaving on Middleton, on the Sentinel, on the Siberian, on all of that for a year? For those of you guys who are not quite not going to be graduating in 2021, I want you guys to think about what kind of things you're going to want to leave a legacy on in 2022, 2023, and beyond. So again, you are one chapter in this really 85-year history of Middleton. So you're one chapter. So what kind of chapter are you writing? What kind of chapter do you want to look? 20 years from now, when you go and pull out your yearbook, what kind of memories do you want? When you go and pull up the news and things like that. So that's what I want you to start thinking about. And yes, we're going to have theming presentations and we're going to have all of that. And we'll talk about that more. Not yet. Rejoice. The book is done. Starting to think about what we can do to close out this year with the senior supplement and then thinking forward to next year. So those are the two things essentially that I'm challenging you with. So tomorrow at 1, we'll talk more about these last 2 weeks. And then Thursday at 1, makes it easier to remember, Thursday at 1, we will kind of move forward basically into this next week and this next quarter. So tomorrow we're just going to do wrap up. Thursday we move forward. Okay, does that make sense to everybody? Nod with me. Good. Again, comment below, send me a message on Edsby, Telegram, whatever. You guys know how to contact me. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a great day. Miss you. Bye.